our next adventure.
Hey!
Hey!
Welcome back to CK Adventures. For those who are new, this is Sherry.
And this is Kevin.
And we're CK Adventures. And we are headed to
Eustis, Texas.
Purtis Creek State Park near Eustis, Texas.
This will be our first trip there, but this will be our 7th camping trip with our tiny tag trailer.
It's going to be beautiful weather. This is mid-February, believe it or not, and it's 73 degrees right now. It's going to be sunny and perfect weather for camping. And for those of you that live up north, actually camping season for Texas, wintertime.
It's entirely too hot in the summer.
Yeah, it's just too miserable to camp in the heat of the summer down here in Texas. So we are camping all we can in the winter.
And we've had some terrible weather the last month and a half. A lot of rain, flooding, intermittent freezing. So it's been 6 weeks and I have missed it.
We have been fiending for some camping.
I'm having withdrawals.
So we have the old Teardrop behind us, and we're going to take you along. So stay tuned.
We'll see you there.
Nothing else makes me feel high. She's like such a light. This girl, something about it changed my state of mind. I've been redesigned. So open your eyes before.
We are not using our Rome room because it's going to be a gorgeous weekend, or the canopy over the galley. And as you see, the weekend forecast is camping with a chance of drinking.
Thanks, Aunt Teresa.
Thank you, Aunt Teresa. Got our chairs and tables set up. Coming around to the kitchen, we do want to show you some things that have really helped us to be better organized in such a tiny little space in our tiny tag camper.
Here, show them and I'll hold this.
So these are command strip hooks that we got, gosh, at the dollar store, I think. No, probably Walmart. But command strip hooks to hold the utensils. A basket that we Velcroed. It's double-sided sticky Velcro above the stove. So we have ample storage space for cooking utensils, which you're going to find out if you keep watching our channel. I love to cook, and there's a lot of cooking going on here. So that's all my fun tools. And then we bought these at a dollar store of sorts. We've Velcroed it, double sticky Velcro, onto the counter so they can't slide around. And then the container, also from a dollar store. Depending on what food we're serving that weekend, we have seasoning mixes that we put in here. So that just makes it easier to carry all the spices you want, but not all the spices that you don't need. We also measured this. This was the original space for the refrigerator, but the previous owner wanted storage space instead. He had that refrigerator, which works beautifully. So we measured these spaces and found bins that fit. So this is our pantry drawer. And then another pantry area with our dishes and pots and pans and cutting board and all of those fun things. So I'm going to switch back over. We're tag teaming. We'll show you a couple things on the inside that are pretty important. Hey!
So first things first, we carry a first aid kit, and it came in handy a few minutes ago. A thorn got ran through my thumbnail on some thorns.
Lots of bleeding too. We do have a first aid kit that we keep in that cupboard above the air conditioner. And then in here,
We have, this is the new addition. Shows inside and outside temperature.
and everything's opened up right now, so they're exactly the same.
75 degrees in February, mid-February in Texas.
Beautiful.
Yes.
And then we also did the same thing with these little containers. They fit beautifully inside the headboard. I mean, it's a perfect fit. So I keep things like lotion, a hair clip, and chapstick.
Cell phone.
That's what I keep.
Yeah.
Yep, we'll put our cell phones in there, watches at night, just whatever we don't want to lose. That goes in that cubby. So those are some of the things that really made life easier in a tiny tag trailer, which again, we absolutely adore. So I think we're gonna go hiking pretty soon, so we'll show you the park and some of the hiking
let's
trails.
go walking around.
Should we take a walk?
Let's do it.
Here are the bathroom facilities. However, public service announcement about keeping our wildlife wild.
Rocky Raccoon.
Apparently there's a lot of raccoons here. Let's check out the restrooms. They've got decent showers with real doors, y'all. Look at this. Real doors. The shut and latch for the showers. I love that. It's the first time I've seen that at a state park. Definitely appreciate that little feature. Alright guys, here we go. We are going to take the Beaver Slide Nature Path first. I believe it is close to 1.5 miles, if I remember correctly. We'll show you some highlights, give you some feedback about how the trails are maintained and marked, because that's always important for us not to get lost.
1.3.
So, 1.3 miles. So join us for a nice hike.
Happy anniversary, baby.
Happy anniversary. This trail does have some elevation changes, some slight up and down hills, which is nice. Makes you think you're actually hiking. And beautiful bridges. What do you think of the trail so far, honey?
Pretty nice trails.
It is. It's really well marked,
And
beautiful, clear,
it's right beside the lake right here.
wide paths. And I am happy to be here with my best friend, my husband, for our anniversary.
As am I.
Thanks for joining us. And this trail goes right along the lake. And it's beautiful today, you guys. It is perfect. It's not hot, it's not cold. Light breeze, partly cloudy. I mean, I couldn't ask for a better day to go hiking. And this is the trail that has the primitive campsites on it, so you have to backpack everything in and out. Those are sites A through M. So we'll go check them out.
And there's the...
And they're along the water.
Pit toilet for them.
Oh, and they do. They have a pit toilet. The other bathrooms have nicer toilets and they flush. So they're just like being at home, which is really nice at a campground.
Primitive sites A through M are right there on the water. There's 13 of them. You have to hike down the Beaver Slide Trail to get to them. They're really nice though.
Looks like they have a campfire ring.
You could put a kayak right there.
Yep, easy access to the water.
That doesn't make sense. Well, we're back to the end of the Beaver Slide Trail, the 1.3 miles. It was a good trail. Highly recommend it. A lot of views of the lake.
Thanks for hiking with us.
So we're going to introduce a new segment on this video. It's called Cooking with Sherry. Sherry is a good cook, so I'm going to let her show you what she's going to cook and how she's doing it. Take it away, Sherry.
All right, honey. Let me just grab this stuff out of the refrigerator and we'll get started. So tonight, I'm going to make my version of beef stroganoff. And the really fun thing about beef stroganoff is it reminds me a lot of lasagna. And stay with me, you'll know what I'm talking about. With lasagna, you have to have a cheese bit, you have to have the pasta, and you have to have the meat, unless you're vegetarian, of course. But there's basically 3 types of food, and as long as you just incorporate the 3, then you can kind of call it lasagna. So with beef stroganoff, you basically just need your meat, your pasta, and your sauce. So here we go. And please don't come at me for my knife skills. I am not a chef. I am just someone who loves to cook. I love onion and mushroom in my beef stroganoff. Typically some type of egg pasta, but we're going to do a little twist on it tonight. And then you can use ground hamburger or you can use beef, you know, any kind of meat. If you want to eat leaner, you can actually use turkey. So that's all good too. Again, do not come at me for my knife skills. Let me go ahead and prep the rest of this and we'll check back in with you. So I got the onions, mushrooms ready. I actually like to saute them in butter and oil, both, and then whatever beef seasoning you want for your beef stroganoff. So I've got those going in one skillet. And this is just stew meat. So I'm going to go ahead and cook that up. And we went ahead and pre-cooked, or like al dente, some tortellini. So like I said, you can use whatever pasta you want. So tonight we're going to be using tortellini. So we'll check back in a bit. Okay, so I combined the mushrooms, onions, stew meat, fully cooked. You don't want to serve it at all raw because of how it's processed. You don't want food poisoning. You know, there's no real rules in cooking except don't kill anybody with your, food poisoning. So I'm going to show you guys the final touches. One of my secret ingredients in beef stroganoff. Bon appetit.
Ooh.
Just gets everything mixed in together. And then of course you need to have a cream, a heavy cream. You can do half and half milk. We like sour cream in ours, so I'm just going to throw a bunch of sour cream in here. And we're just going to mix it all up. And I don't measure anything either. Just going to mix it all up and then we'll show you how it turned out. Be back. Alright guys, there's the finished product. My version of beef stroganoff, which changes every single time I make it. So if you guys like this kind of thing, help a girl out, like and subscribe. Drop a comment below, tell me, do you want me to cook some more? Do you want me to teach you something? If I'm able, I'm telling you I'm not a chef, but I love to cook and I love to learn. And is there anything that you recommend that I cook? So give me some ideas for future meals that I can cook out here in the beautiful open. I appreciate you guys. Bon appetit.
So here's to Sherry's camping beef stroganoff.
I haven't tried it yet, so you gotta tell me how it is. Be honest with the people.
Ooh. That's really good. Very savory and hearty. Very good.
No matter what you do, y'all, remember to enjoy the journey. See you tomorrow. They have a fishing pier with a fish cleaning station. Fishing at Purtis Creek. It's a beautiful place. So yesterday we hiked the Beaver Slide Trail, as you guys saw, and it was pretty well covered, fairly plush. We were in the shade most of the time. Today we are on the Blue Wolf Pen Trail. There's a green, blue, and a red. They're all different lengths. They're all kind of in the same area though. And it's pretty clear that there's been a fire some time ago. And the thing that we're noticing about these trails is lack of canopy coverage, a lack of shade. So most of this hike is in the sun, which is not bad in February, but if you were going to do this in the summer, you might want to do it early before the sun is right above you, because I think these trails would make you a lot more hot with the lack of canopy coverage. Just a word of advice. The other great thing about this park and these trails are they are very well marked. This area has a blue, a red, and a green trail, and they're marked by the pole cover colors being blue, red, and green. And then if you're not supposed to go somewhere, there's been lots of these signs too, so as to not be confused about where you're going.
Area 51 down that way.
Kevin says that's Area 51 down there. But yeah, this is a lot more shaded now. Very wide trails, well maintained. Another park I would highly recommend the hiking. Not a lot of elevation change, but good paths.
Okay, time for camp cooking with Sherry. Take it away, Sherry.
So tonight we are going to be making just a very simple chicken stir-fry meal. Just chicken and vegetables in a sauce. It's super basic, it's really delicious, but it's really easy to do when you're camping. So let me go grab all the ingredients and I'll be right back with you. Alright, so we got everything out of the fridge. All we have to do is prep the veggies. At home I went ahead and just cut up some chicken breasts in kind of like bite-sized pieces. That's just, or chicken thighs, I'm sorry, they're not breasts, they're chicken thighs. And then we just had all these vegetables left over, so I'm just going to go ahead and prepare the vegetables. I'm going to put some peppers, onion, mushroom, broccoli, kale, whatever you want to do it, whatever your favorite vegetables are. Just prep them, and then I'll show you how to throw it all together. So stay tuned. Alright y'all, the vegetables are prepped, and I saute them for a little while just in olive oil. So got the pan ready, burners on, put a healthy dose of olive oil in there, and then all this goodness. Man, I make too much. I cannot cook small. I'm hoping everything fits in this pan. Pepper down. So I just transfer it all over. And when the vegetables are about half done is when I add the chicken. Because you know that's going to cook down, so that pan's not going to be as full. I'm going to let them get started because the chicken cooks much faster than the vegetables do. And then we'll add the sauce. And I'm cheating. This is one of my favorites to use. It's so delicious. So we're just going to cook these down, add the chicken, add the sauce, let it all simmer together. And that's it. Pretty simple. Stay tuned. It is coming along nicely, and it needed a little bit of liquid, so instead of adding water or more oil, I just went ahead and put in some of the stir-fry sauce. And it is almost time to add the chicken. Alright y'all, it's time to add the chicken. And again, I just pre-cut it at home. And more stir-fry sauce, and you just let it all meld together for at least 10 to 15 minutes. And then enjoy. We'll see you then. And remember, rule number 1 of cooking is do not poison your people. Make sure this chicken is done. And it is looking and smelling amazing. And y'all, I would love to hear from you. Drop a comment below if you want me to cook something in particular, if you have any great ideas for camping, or if you have any tips for me, because I love to cook, but I am not a chef, so I am learning as I go. All right, honey, the moment of truth.
Makes me want to slap my mama. That is good. Woo.
All right, we're gonna go eat. Thanks for hanging out with us. So sitting around the campfire last night, we kept hearing rustling in the woods, and each time we looked up with our flashlights, there were little beady eyes staring back at us, and we met a few raccoons last night. But apparently, after we went to bed, we had some visitors on our chair and our kitchen table.
Trying to break into the
Trying
Yeti.
to break in to get some food. Alright y'all, our final day and our final hike. We've already done the yellow, green, and blue trails. So we're going to hit the red trail. But I don't believe this is where it starts. We have to get to the start. Red trail from where we are camping to the entrance around the trail and back is going to be about 3 miles total. So that's the plan today, and we're starting out early because it's supposed to get pretty warm today, up in the 80s, and there are no clouds in the sky and very little coverage in areas due to the fire that has been here in the past, fairly recent past. So on the park map handout, they have points of interest that they talk about. And this tree right here is on the red trail. And they call it the bent tree for obvious reasons. But look at this thing. So it started straight up, bent a 90, and then bent again. I mean, that's quite the anomaly. Like, there's nothing supporting it here. Bent tree, 90-90.
Yeah, you gotta come see it.
Anybody out there know how that can happen? How does that happen? Let us know in the comments below.
Something interesting we learned at this state park is the white-tailed deer in this region are really highly intelligent, more so than the other parts of East Texas. So interesting. After years of study and research, they've come to the conclusion that these local white-tailed deer will actually take their hooves and play tic-tac-toe with one another. And it's mind-boggling how smart these deer are in this region. And scientists don't understand why, but they'll take their hooves. And history tells us that Rudolph was not allowed to play any of these games. But
Poor little thing.
Looks
Looks like the O's won.
Yeah.
Very cool. Thanks for that, baby. Well, guys, that is a wrap for Purtis Creek State Park. It has been fabulous. We have walked almost 10 miles, I think.
Did a lot of hiking, but it was some great weather for February.
Beautiful.
Had some good meals. Man, I sure ate good this weekend.
Yes, you did. Celebrated a wonderful anniversary.
Yes. So we hope you enjoyed it. We will catch you on the flip-flop. Thanks for watching. If you like our content, like and share. And don't forget to subscribe.
All right, the vegetables are prepped.
Start over. Go ahead. I don't think it was rolling yet. Go. It is now.
I can't.